You're looking at a pastor that understands the in and the out. And the problem is that when you get in, you're on such a high because you feel so good, because your sins are forgiven and you're cleansed by the blood of God. But then you're on an island by yourself because other people around you don't feel that high like you feel it. And then soon life comes back in.
Amen.
But I had to learn to make myself happy. Sometimes when you look at people's faces, you can get sad just by looking at somebody else's face.
Yes, sir.
You come in the house of God, you ready to praise God, you ready to worship, you ready to get down, you ready to have a good time, and you come in here and you see the folk who ought to be ready to praise God and have a good time and get down, and they're sitting here, they're struggling to get out the seat.
Come on.
Cause life can beat you down. But how many of y'all know that God gave us a promise? Instead of God Ministries, y'all heard this testimony before. How that I was having a hard time. I was pastoring, but I was having a hard time. And I got invited to this revival. And I just went because really I just went because I was trying to show myself to be the bigger person. Because the people who invited me have been talking about me, had been lying on me. And they invited me to the revival really to just kind of show me up. So I went, and I had a chip on my shoulder. And Brother Frank, I said, this preacher better not say nothing to me. I got tired of being prophesied to. Have you ever got tired of being prophesied to? Let me ask you like this here. Have you ever been prophesied to and you're still waiting on the prophecy to come through?
Yeah.
And so I said, this preacher better not say nothing to me. And I sat there, and there were two preachers. I know what I'm doing. There were two preachers. And I was like, I was sitting there with attitude. I think one of them preachers, he come down, started walking down the aisle. He started coming down my aisle, and I said, he's better than that. He came over to me and just began to look at me. I'm looking at him with an attitude. Ain't no God in me right now. I can talk about me, right? Have you ever been in a position where you in church, but ain't no God in you? Some of y'all can't answer that question because you're here now. But I was saved, Elder Mavens, filled with the Holy Ghost, and there was a mighty burning fire. But wasn't no God in me right then. It was all me. And he reached out and grabbed me and lifted me up and started walking me back and forth down the aisle. And I said, I was saying to myself, I'll be God dog. Still hadn't said nothing. But then all of a sudden I heard him saying, new thing.
Yes, sir.
A new thing. A new thing. I'm like, what are you talking about, a new thing? He said, God said he's going to do a new thing. Oh, I let a little bit of God back at me because I needed something new. I got anybody here this morning who needs something new?
Amen.
So some hope came in because I needed something new. And he wasn't going to give me no off-the-wall prophecy. He caught my attention. Kept saying a new thing. Then the other preacher stood up in front of the people who had been lying on me. and talking about me and scandalizing my name. But I wasn't going to know that, Sister Della. Yeah, you know, have you ever talked about somebody, but they weren't supposed to know you talked about them? But you talked about them to people who you knew, who were going to tell it? And these preachers didn't know me the first time they ever saw me. Matter of fact, I ain't saw them again since this time. But the other preacher stood up and said, God said, this is his preacher. This is a man of God. And I looked around, and the people who had been talking about me, countenance fell. So I told you there wasn't no God in me. And that's how I know there was no God in me. Because when they countenance fell, mine lifted up. And I said, thank you, Jesus. I had to pray. I had to repent. Because I went there with the, you ever heard it said, the song that says something got a hold of me? I went to the meeting one night and my heart just wasn't right. That was me. So all of y'all sitting up in church today whose heart ain't right, I know you, I've been there. But God made a promise to me and to my family that day. Matter of fact, the preacher called my whole household up.
Yes.
As for me and my house, called my sons, my daughter. Bobby wasn't even my daughter-in-law yet, but he called her up because he knew. And we had some other church members there that tried to come up because they were family. And these preachers laid hands on everybody in my household, but you know, they didn't lay hands on the other people who came up. And they declared that we would be a house of deliverance. And that healing was in our hands. That's about what, 20 years ago? And from the point of that prophecy until now, people have been getting delivered, been getting set free, and healed in this house. He gave me 5 scriptures. He gave me 5 scriptures. I'm going to give you 5 scriptures. I ain't going to deviate. I ain't going to move, even though some other scripture, you know how you get the other scripture come to you? I ain't going to even do that. I'm going to give you 5 scriptures. You can't get to the point where you want to be a big ministry and then you want to be the head honcho and the chief honcho and forget about the work. If you want your ministry to grow, and I need everybody here to hear me when I say this, especially everybody here who imagine themselves to be a leader, everybody here who imagine themselves to be an entrepreneur, everybody who imagine themselves to be anything other than a pew sitter. If you want anything to succeed, you got to be hands-on. You cannot sit back and be the CEO and allow other people to carry out your vision. We all help us together. We work alongside one another. Me and my wife, we bought vacuum cleaners for the church. So if nobody don't want to use them, there had to be a reason why we bought 2. And we get in here and we move the chairs around and we together. Because we do everything together. And even when we get mad together. I'm telling you now. Let me ask you a question. Has Ann ever gotten mad? And you didn't get mad too?
It don't ever happen. It happens. If you're mad, I got to be mad.
You got to be mad. If you don't be mad, she's going to make sure you do. Right? But she said, like, you're going to be mad now. Mr. O'Shea, has Sister Mary ever gotten mad? And you're not mad too? All right. Because you won. If one mad, the other one mad. Sometimes you just mad because they mad. Amen. My wife got her head down over there. She knows. And again, you might be the exception to the rule. Because Bobby would be mad, he'd go to sleep. But don't let them fool you. They mad. That's why they went to sleep. They went to sleep so they don't say nothing. Say it. Isaiah 43. Isaiah 43. I believe in here today that there's somebody in here today who want to make a new commitment to God. Amen. Somebody here today who's saying, Lord, now is the time. I'm tired. I'm tired of being frustrated. I'm tired of being depressed. I'm tired of being lonely. I'm tired of being sad. I'm just tired. And I need a change. Today is the day that my song becomes your testimony. Lord, I'm tired of being in and out. Somebody here today said, Lord, I'm tired of being half saved. Amen. Isaiah 43, verse 18 and 19. Now, I'm reading it to you out of the New King James Version of the Bible. Y'all got it? Y'all got it? I got a church in here? Amen. Y'all got it? Amen. You can't be a church without the word. Do not remember the former things, nor consider the things of old. Behold, I will do a new thing, and now it shall spring forth. You shall not know it. I will even make a road in the wilderness and rivers in the desert. I will do a new thing. We're getting ready to go into a new year, and God is doing a new thing in the new year. Somebody said, well, you ought to have left this here for tonight's service, but God said, I need to tell you this today. I'm going to do a new thing for you in the new year. You're not going to know when it happens, but I'm going to make a road when there was no road. I'm going to make a way when there was no way. When you can see nothing, I'm going to make a way. When you thought it was over and your back was against the wall, I'm going to make a way. And I'm going to make a river in all your dry places. Now listen to me, y'all. Dry places. What happens in dry places? Not only do you die. Let me change the question to make it this way. Who dwells in dry places? Say it again. Demons. All y'all are being tortured by these little demons, these little imps. God said, I'm going to bring water where they can't torment you any longer. That habit that you had, that you just could not break, broken. That sickness that you had, that you just couldn't get over, done. Because I'm going to do a new thing. How many of y'all know that this is the word of the Lord and not my word? Amen. And there's a reason why I ask this question, because we need to know when is the preacher and when is God. This is why I read the scripture to you, and then I'm telling you what God said. See, God told me this over 20-some years ago that he's going to do a new thing. We've been going about trying to help God do a new thing. Somebody just hear what I said?
Yes.
We pride ourselves in being different. We ain't just a church. We are ministry.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I'm trying to bring this ministry to the point where we don't look like what we come out of. We try to get rid of all the religious rhetoric. How many of you running, Doc? You ain't never gonna hear me say that to nobody. Ain't my business how many members in your church. Now, if you want to share how you're succeeding, that's fine. But it ain't my job, it ain't my business how many members are in your church. You don't never hear me tell me how many of you running, Doc. That's being nosy. That ain't saved.
Amen.
When somebody asks you that, they want to know because one or two reactions are going to happen. Either they're going to be mad and jealous or they're going to glow. It's not something. So we've been going about trying to help God do a new thing. But then when God said, I'm going to do it and you ain't going to know when it happened. Only you're going to look up and you're going to be walking in newness. He better make somebody's marriage new.
Amen.
He better clean somebody's children. Those kids that you just about to roll off and say, you know what, they're just going to hell, ain't nothing I can do about it, they're just going to hell. But because God's going to do something in you to change you, they're going to change your children.
Amen.
I'm preaching. I'm preaching right now. There are some of these teenagers in here right now that God is getting ready to change their life, and they're getting ready to give their life to God, and the path that they were on for destruction is about to change, and they're about to walk in the goodness of the Lord. Why? Because God said, I'm going to do a new thing. How many believe that that's the word of the Lord? Now, let's go to the book of Numbers. Book of Numbers. There's some of you in here right now that have gender identity issues. And the Spirit of God is about to overcome you. And the Spirit of God is about to overcome you and make you realize exactly how God made you and for what purpose.
Yes. Thank you, Lord.
Ooh, hallelujah.
Yes.
When I said Numbers what? Numbers 23, verse 19 and 20. And I got to tell you now, I'm reading this to you out of the God's Word translation. But Bishop, why you keep on the new translation? Because sometimes I like the way it's worded better in a different translation. Do I believe in King James Version? I absolutely believe in King James Version. But y'all got to understand, it's a version. That means it's not the original. The original was written in either Hebrew or Greek. So every Bible you read is a translation or a version. So sometimes I like other translations because it brings out the Word of God better than the old King James. All right? But when I study, my main Bible I study out of is the King James Version of the Bible. That's why I own so many, because I like to compare. 19. God is not like humans. He doesn't change his mind when he says something. He does it. Let me rephrase, let me redo that. God is not like humans. He doesn't change his mind. When he says something, he do it. When he makes a promise, he keeps it. I have received a command to bless. He has blessed, and I can't change it. Now, let me lay this out for you. There's this prophet by the name of Barak.
Yeah.
Now hold on. By the name of Barak. And this king called him in to put a curse on the children of Israel. So this prophet went down to curse Israel. But when he opened up his mouth, a blessing came out. When the king got upset and said, I sent you down there to curse them. And this is what Barak said to the king. God ain't like us. He don't change his mind. He had already blessed the children of Israel. Somebody needs to get what I'm saying. God has already blessed you. Regardless of whatever's trying to curse you, regardless of whatever's trying to come over you, whatever spirit there is that's trying to overtake you, God has already blessed you, and God doesn't change his mind. He don't care how much abuse you have been under already. He blessed you.
Right. Yes, sir.
He don't care about how much people are talking about you. He's blessed you. He don't care how much people don't like you. He blessed you, and he won't change his mind because somebody else don't like you. When he says something, he does it. So when he says, I'm going to do a new thing for you, you need to consider it done.
Amen. Amen.
When he said, I'm going to do a new thing, and Hasidic Gospel Ministry, everybody who belongs here ought to be praising God and accept that it's done. I'll be happy in a minute by myself. When he makes a promise, he keeps it. All those years ago, when God said by those two men, those two preachers, that he was going to do a new thing with the Hasidic Gospel Ministry, he will keep his promise.
Hallelujah.
He gonna keep it. He gonna keep it. But the problem is, it's not God keeping his promise, it's us believing the promise. Because whatever I believe, I walk in. So now I got to learn how to walk in the newness. And I got to learn how to wait, depend, and rely that God's gonna do exactly what he said. I got to get my attitude right. I got to adjust my mentality.
Yes.
Because when he says something, he keeps his promise. And I like it when he said he ain't like humans. I might tell you something. I might have every intention on doing it. But when my circumstances change, my promise change. But we're talking about somebody who's beyond circumstance. And when he makes a promise, he keeps it. And then what I'm saying to you, if you are saved in here today, you are blessed by God and can't nothing curse you. You are blessed by God. Your situation can't curse you. You are blessed by God. Your circumstance can't curse you. You are blessed by God. Your attitude can't curse you. Your position can't curse you. Why? Because God bless. He don't take away blessing.
Yes, sir.
The only why you're not walking in the manifested blessing is because you don't believe it. But just because you don't believe it, don't mean God ain't doing it.
Hallelujah.
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 Somebody need to shout, I'm blessed.
I'm blessed.
And take them curse me. When I know I'm blessed, I can make decrees. When I know I'm blessed, I can speak to myself. And I can tell myself, you walk in blessing. I can tell myself, and not beneath. You are a lender and not a borrower. And great and mighty things shall you do in this earth.
Yes, Lord.
Yes.
I tell the babies that because everything around them suggests otherwise. But I'm so glad that I walk by faith and not by sight. My eyes will deceive me, but the word of God won't deceive me. My ears will deceive me, but the word of God won't deceive me. I walk by faith and not by sight. I'm not moved by what I see. I'm not moved by what I hear, but I'm moved by what God says. I'm blessed. And can't nothing touch me. I'm blessed. Can't nothing hold me back. I'm blessed. Can't nothing hold me down. I'm blessed.
Hallelujah. Yes, sir.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Somebody need to catch this revelation. You've been going through a hard time. And somebody need to stand up and tell that hard time, I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I'm blessed. You can't curse me. You ought to walk into your workplace. And when you get to your workstation, before you touch anything, you ought to stand there and say, I'm blessed.
Yes, Lord.
I'm blessed. You can't curse me. I'm blessed. You can't control me. I'm blessed. You can't dominate me. My mind is blessed. My spirit is blessed. My soul is blessed. I'm blessed. I'm blessed, Lord. I'm blessed, Lord. The word of God says I'm blessed. And what God has blessed, you can't curse. God won't take it back. He don't take away blessing. He don't take away blessing.
Yes, Lord.
Only reason why I don't see my blessing, my mind ain't wrapped around it. I'm still thinking there's something got to be wrong with me. I'm still thinking there's something I got to do. But ain't nothing I got to do but rest. Because he told me I'm blessed.
Yay. Yes. Rest. Hallelujah.
And everybody who know they blessed has ceased from labor. Yeah, Lord, that's for the night.
Glory to God. Hallelujah.
Ezekiel, 12th chapter, verse 25. What God wants me to let you know is that he don't go back on his word. He don't go back on his word. Whatever God said is going to happen. He don't even need your involvement. But because he said it, it's going to happen. That's why he said, I'm going to do a new thing, you ain't going to see it. You're just going to look around and see newness. You ain't going to see when it happened. Ezekiel 12, verse 25, out of the King James Version of the Bible, says, for I am the Lord, I will speak, and the word that I speak shall come to pass. It shall no more be prolonged. For in your day, O rebellious house, will I say the word and will perform it, says the Lord God. He said, I'm going to say the word and then I'm going to perform the word at the same time I say it. In your day, I'm going to speak, and the word that I speak shall come to pass. God spoke this morning and said, I'm going to do a new thing. I got somebody here got to believe that not only did he speak, he's going to do a new thing, but he's already doing a new thing. Lord, you're doing a new thing in me. Y'all ain't happy? You're doing a new thing right now in me. You're changing my attitude right now.
Yes, sir.
You're changing my outlook right now.
Hallelujah.
That's why he called you a rebellious house.
Right.
You're sitting here trying to process it instead of receiving it.
Right.
I'm going to say it again. That's why he called you a rebellious house. You're sitting here trying to think it through instead of just saying, yes, Lord. It ain't your job to think about what he's going to do new. Your job is just to receive it. It ain't your job to tell him where you need to be made new at. Your job is just to receive it. God knows what he's doing. He don't need your help.
Glory. Oh, glory, God.
Just receive it.
Yes. Yes.
Hallelujah. Oh, we love this house.
Mighty God.
Romans 3rd chapter.
Yes.
Just receive it. Just receive it.
Yes.
Quit trying to figure it out. Quit trying to think it out. Romans 3. Verses 3 and verse 4. Out of God's Word translation. What if some of them were unfaithful? Can their unfaithfulness cancel God's faithfulness? That would be unthinkable. God is honest and everybody else is a liar. And the scripture says, so you will hand down justice when you speak, and you will win your case in court. Now let me help you out here. I know King James reads different from this, but what it's saying is, when I open up my mouth and say something, because God is faithful and not a liar, and regardless of how many people are unfaithful, God is faithful. Right. That means that even in your unfaithfulness, when God gives you a promise, He got to carry out His promise. Right. So when you open up your mouth and say something, regardless of the sin you did last night, when you open up your mouth and make a decree today, God has to honor it.
Yes.
Jesus.
Yes.
Come on, Bishop.
Yes, sir.
Jesus.
Y'all ain't catch that. Regardless of how unfaithful I was yesterday, when I open up my mouth and make a decree today, because God is faithful and cannot lie, and every man be a liar and God be true, when I open up my mouth and use the word of God to make a decree today, God has to honor His word. You have not, because you ask not.
Jesus.
I always somebody to feel me while I'm doing this. Regardless of how much weed I smoked last night, if I wake up this morning and say, Lord, I'm sorry. I don't want to smoke no more weed. Lord, I'm giving my life to you. Save me, keep me, help me, help me. God has to honor His word. Woo! I need to change my life. God, I'm sorry. I'm tired of laying in a bed that don't belong to me. I'm tired of being with somebody who don't belong to me. Lord, make me whole and keep me. Regardless of who bad you got them out of, when you make a righteous decree, God has to honor that decree. Woo! Lord, I'm tired of smoking cigarettes. I'm so tired. Lord, help me. Quit begging the Lord to help you and make a decree. The cigarette I smoked before I came to church is my last cigarette. Bishop, that ain't gonna work. Yeah, it will. I know it worked because I did it. I ain't smoked a cigarette in almost 30 years. I went from 2 packs a day to none because I made a decree. If God saved me, then He can keep me. And I took my carton of cigarettes and set them on top of my TV. And I let them sit there for 3 days. The third day, I went and got that carton of cigarettes and threw them in the trash. And smoked another cigarette. You got to make a decree and know that God is faithful. Regardless of how unfaithful I am, God is faithful. Woo. Last scripture, y'all. Hebrews 6. Verse number 18. Reading to you out of the Extended Bible. These two things cannot change. God cannot lie when He makes a promise, and He cannot lie when He makes an oath. These things greatly encourage us who come or have fled to God for safety, to hold on to the hope we have been given, or the hope that has been set before us. Two things. God cannot lie. Somebody shout, God can't lie.
God can't lie.
If I don't have what God promised me, it's not because God lied.
Amen.
It simply means I have not grasped the word
Right.
that would give me my promise. Everything starts with words. Everything starts with words. Come on now. You couldn't get that woman if you didn't have some words. Come on now. Hey, you can sit over here playing shy brother. No, she want to know you're interested in her. You got to say something. And when you get married, there's an exchange of words. got the ability or the authority to use God's words.
Come on, Bishop.
The same words that God saw and God said. And it was so. He put that ability in you. This is so. This is said. It was so. You got to see it before you can say it. And the problem is, you see your issue. You see your problem. You see your trouble. You see your misery. You see your hurt. And that's what's coming out of your mouth. And you keep saying, I hope, God. Well, hope ain't getting you nowhere. God is not the God of hope. He's the God of faith. What you just say, Bishop? You can hope all you want to. You can hope your way into hell. God is not moved by your hope. He's moved by faith. And his words on the lips of a believer has prevailing power. That means that when I believe something and I speak it, it comes to pass. You want to know why you got so much trouble in your life? You believe it. And you speak it.
Yes.
You know why your kids are bad? You believe it. And you speak it. You know why your spouse is no good? You believe it. And you speak it. You know why you sick? You believe it. And you speak it. I had to say out myself. God was there talking to my sister. She talking about Roma having and I heard my wife's voice. She didn't say that, but I heard her voice. Say, go ahead and have it then. I heard her voice say that and I changed my mind. Oh, the pain was still there. It just wasn't on my lips no more.
Right.
See, what I'm saying, Harry, is you ain't got to say what you feel. You just got to say the word. You can feel the pain in your back. You ain't got to open your mouth and say, my back hurts. You just got to say the word. You can feel angry. But don't speak what you feel. I need that young lady here right now who comes challenge the other Wednesday night about her feelings. Your feeling will lead you down the wrong path. You can feel somebody has something against you who ain't even thinking about you.
Yes, sir.
But because you feel it and you speak it, it'll always look like it.
That's right.
I'm about to get in trouble with this one. I think I'm gay. I feel like it. I'm gay. That's why you gay. Because you're talking about it. Well, I can't help how I feel. Yeah, you can. The enemy infiltrates your feelings because they're not covered by the word. If I had a mic, I'd drop it. He infiltrates your feelings because your feelings are not covered by the word. That's why I'm depressed. Because my mind ain't covered by the word. I'm sitting here thinking about how many bills I got I can't pay. Me and my white brother made a pact when we were teenagers. And then what we said we ain't gonna let the end bill kill us. When I die, I'm gonna have a bill. Amen. debt free when I'm down, well, somebody else gonna have a bill. Because somebody gotta pay the funeral director. And if you ain't got no insurance, your family got a bill. But then what I'm saying, I ain't gonna sit out here and pull my beard out. You know that I ain't say my hair on my head because I ain't got none. I ain't gonna pull my beard out because somebody wanna get paid. I'm gonna pay what I can pay. And when I can't pay it, I'm gonna rest. And a bill that I shouldn't have, and I called to try to take care of it. And because they couldn't find my password, they wouldn't let me talk about the bill. So I told them, well, I want you to put this in your record since you're recording everything, that I called in to take care of this bill. You told me I couldn't do it because you couldn't find my password. So therefore, I'm not worried about this bill any longer.
Right.
Next time I got a letter in the mail, they had to reduce the bill by $400. Now hold on now, I ain't gonna get happy about it because it should have been $900 in the first place. So I said, you know what? I looked at it, I threw it in the trash. I said, I'm gonna rest. I told them I wasn't worried about this no more. And my expectation is that the next time they're gonna write me and say, sir, we made a mistake. You owe us nothing. I'm not gonna let my grandchildren, notice I say my children because they're grown, they can worry about themselves. I'm not gonna let my grandchildren kill me because they don't want to honor God. You know why, Sister Lisa? The Bible said train them up the way they should go. I've done what the Bible told me to do. I rest. I ain't saying I ain't hurt by some stuff, but I rest. I ain't gonna worry about it. I ain't gonna get none of the gray hair worried about nothing like that. I'm not worried about this ministry no more. Mark what I said. I'm not worried about this ministry no more. God said He's gonna do a new thing in this house. I'm gonna rest.